October is here, a very special time of the year when Uganda celebrates its independence. It's now 63 years since the British colonial government exited, and Uganda is now in its fourth republic. Self-rule came with numerous challenges, ranging from power fights to diseases, ignorance, corruption, and unending poverty. Sadly, most of these challenges still persist. For instance, Uganda is among the 30 poorest countries in the world, although President Yoweri Museveni insists that the nation is now a lower middle-income country.
We have got two major thrusts. Thrust number one is to work with the middle class and the investors from outside to completely transform Uganda from a lower middle income country, which we are now. We are no longer a least developed country, we are now a lower middle income country, to high middle income country moving towards first world country.
Data from the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, UBOS, show that in May this year, the national poverty rate stood at 16.1%. Although this is a decrease from the previous rate of 20.3% recorded in the 2019-2020 survey, approximately 7 million Ugandans still live below the poverty line.
Most of what the Museveni regime presents as statistics are lies. It is a fake. And this is typical of most dictators. They ensure that they align their numbers with international agencies so they can boast on that, so they can boast of the economy improving. But that does not translate to the common person. In any case, if there's any growth, it is within a certain cocoon that controls the economy.
If the GDP, you said your GDP has grown, where is it translating in people's pockets? Because GDP should be a translation down in pockets. So poverty is with us because we are living on wrong statistics. People cook statistics. We are living in denial.
People are running away from poverty, they are being dehumanized. But the figures can go, figures by the way can be misleading. Because when you are calculating your GDP, you're going to include the money of MTN, of Airtel, of Stambik, of Standchart, of all these construction companies. And then you will say Uganda is growing, and then you divide that money, and Museveni will report when he's presenting a budget that now we are a middle-income country. Because you've divided the money of the bigger companies by the population.
Government has over the years rolled out programs aimed at improving livelihoods, with the latest being the Parish Development Model (PDM). But Ugandans still struggle with poverty.
But you find that there have been a number of complaints running from here to there about the implementers trying to ask for bribes in order to give people services.
The good news is that the economy is projected to grow by 6.2% in 2025 and 2026 and accelerate to 10.4% in 2027, according to the latest World Bank macro poverty outlook forecasts, if the highly anticipated oil revenues come to life. Economists argue that agriculture has the potential to turn the lives of Ugandans around. The sector employs over 60% of the population, provides the majority of foreign exchange earnings through cash crops like coffee, and remains the backbone of Uganda's economy.
Route number one to get out of poverty is to engage in commercial agriculture with the Kibaro. And we have told you repeatedly how that should be.
In most cases, we produce our products and we sell them without any value addition. My thinking here is with value addition, we can reap more, even in terms of foreign exchange.
The economy might do better if the political environment remains stable or improves. However, George Musisi, a human rights lawyer, says suppressing the opposition is a threat to democracy and the country's overall political stability.
We are at a point where we are seeing a reversal of all the gains that had been gained under the 1995 Constitution, including the presidency itself. You know that the issue of term limits and age limits was meant to partly curb the powers of the president, that at most we shall have a president for 10 years and they go away. All that was removed in 2005 and 2017. So what we have now is a shell of the Constitution is a shell of what the framers envisaged 30 years ago. And it's not surprising that all these issues like abductions, like torture, like detention without trial, detention in ungazetted places, even extrajudicial killings, even enforced disappearances have become commonplace.
So, what opportunities should Uganda take advantage of to improve its gross domestic product or GDP and better the livelihoods of its citizens?
We have everything that we didn't have in the past. We have electricity. We have the roads, although we need to repair some of the others. We have the telephones. We have the manpower, the educated people. We have the peace. That's why we are being flooded with more investments. Because people in the world are looking for a peaceful area, a peaceful and profitable area where to invest.
Make sure there is an agricultural credit facility to allow people go and do agriculture on a larger scale. And then when you're looking for markets, don't go to America. You're just wasting your time. The distance between Uganda and America, where containers will take more than 2 weeks. Just be exporting to Middle East that are here. They have money and they don't have a lot of bureaucracies. But our biggest export to Saudi Arabia, to Oman, are maids.
There is a huge potential that we can harness in tourism, and we can earn more in terms of foreign exchange. The other would be working on our infrastructure. Seeing that our country is landlocked, other options, for example, we revamp our railway system to be in position to ease transportation and challenges associated with the delays on the road.
It is widely believed that the primary pillars of national growth for any country are broadly defined by social, economic, and environmental factors, often underpinned by strong governance and infrastructure. Daniel Kibet, NTV.